Well, it turns out ZP stands for zero pain. No, he's doing great,
That is
guys.
actually not accurate in the least. Especially not of the last, 15 minutes of my life, which have been a blur. But I'm still alive. And more importantly, we are going to be heading here into King's Row. Kingdom versus Immortals, two very evenly matched teams. Excited to see what comes out of it here.
Yeah, I'm LD, of course. He's ZP. You are watching the Overwatch Route 66 Cup, brought to you by Beyond the Summit. And this is Kingdom versus Immortals. Winner of this gets very close to being in the money. We'll just have to win one more game to be in that final top 3. So with that, the teams have entered the field of battle. Our opening map, as you mentioned, will be King's Row. And we're into it now. So we're going to see a Zen for Ajax. For now, attacking is going to be Kingdom, and they're showing a Widowmaker. Do they actually run it? The snipers have worked out, but, Nomi's going to swap. So they do run Tim on the Hanzo, though. He's been pretty popular today.
It's one of those things where I would have expected, taking a look here at Immortals, that they could have maybe run it, but not when it's Nomi on it. Meanwhile, take a look at Kingdom. Kingdom holding back here, of course. Get to see Jesus again onto the Reaper. Had great Reaper play over the last few days. And these teams have struck blood at each other multiple times. Immortals took them out in the finals, or semifinals, I should say, in the monthly melee, but lost them early on, so could go either way. But Tim getting the first important pick on the Connor J, as Immortals right now trying to bring it forward.
Yeah, Agility's had a good hook to start things off. It also forced Jesus to come out and play, so he wasn't able to get that Reaper ambush, but they're forcing them back nonetheless. Juvenile staying alive for a while and being a great bulwark for the team. They will lose Man of Snow, slightly overextending past the wall. That could be an opening. Zarya not the fastest character, and then Agilities, he's going to find another big hook there, and that will bring down Jesus, but he's getting very close to a Death Blossom.
Bear coming in here from the offense, they mean business. It's going to be countered here by the Transcendence, but they're down so many people for the defense. It's going to be a heroic effort if they actually bring this back in Agilities. Just being the wall right now for Immortals. Pick after pick, keeping them in this and picking up the slack here, where, of course, Tim is filling in for Grim Reality. And Tim's been doing great, don't get me wrong, but without Grim Reality, this would be an amazing story if Immortals did come through and take out Kingdom here.
His agility certainly has had a big day. Let's see if he can keep it up, swinging around, looking for the hook openings. Quite pushed up here on the left-hand side, but it's Connor J who delivers, and we've seen a lot of this man coming into today. Though he's held in position, now the Dragon Strike, slaughtering multiple. Tim connects. That's 5 down. Really nice combo.
Combo was absolutely a thing. Jesus right now saying up there going, hey, where's my team? I'm sorry, your team is all dead. So he's going to have to come in from the flank here in a few moments. He will have an opportunity to get through before they get the second. I mean, the payload does take quite a while to move. In fact, it's not even through this bend here just yet, so we'll see what they throw in that. Cherokee, he just needs to get line of sight on Jesus to set up this combo.
Looking for a good Graviton Surge. Jesus actually going in, finding a solo kill, and makes it out safely. Decapitates Tim, who was hunting about, so in the end, looks like they should be relatively okay. And as I say that, there's a quick hook into a kill, and now the Nano Boosted Reaper coming in from behind, looking for Ethan, patiently waiting, and now he goes, but he gets blasted back. Agility's there with the big save.
Agilities has been making this game his own, immediately stops Jesus there, even when the sleep dart is down.
And then even gets Connor J. You hook too? He says, I'm the real Roadhog now. Even Man of Snow, it's just out of control at this point. Agility, he might not be a natural hero, but he is quick on the hook.
Agility's dishing out more pain than the hot sauce did to me a few moments ago. And let me tell you, it was quite a bit of pain. Agility's going in once more, finding Juvenile, just clearing so much space here for the side of Immortals. Kingdom looking very sluggish here as they start things off.
Let's see. Agilities now will respawn, come back out. Tim still continuing to play on the Hanzo for now, even at this final point, and so far it's been working out. They are close to his Zarya ult, so the combo with the Dragon Strike could well be there. In fact, nearly all their ultimates are going to be available for a big push with 5 minutes still to go.
Down goes Connor J. He's caught out. 65 now for Immortals. In comes some Nano Boost. They are out for blood. Zen can commit the Transcendence, but Tim Kingdom can actually turn the tables here. Man of Snow holding on to the Graviton, but there's the Graviton. Here's the Dragon. How hungry is that Dragon? Hungry enough to eat Zarya and Reinhardt whole. 2 tanks down, and Immortals cannot be stopped right now. Still 4 minutes and 25 seconds left on the clock, and they're almost through.
Looking for the zoning tactics here. Just need a little more time to get it all the way in. Connor J, he's got a counter whole hog just to get closer to the cart, but it doesn't look like he'll get there in time. Now Jesus, desperation swap onto the Mei, desperately trying to hold on. Can he get the kills? He finds one, but he's basically one man against the world, turning into an ice cube on the point. 4 minutes still remain, and it looks like this one's going to be pounded home. They have lost one, but that's it. Now a D.Va jumping on. They continue to stall.
The stall is coming out here from Kingdom. It's not too bad between the Mei and the D.Va, just to buy extra time, but all the kills going the way of Immortals. Immortals just trying to hammer this one home. Sherlocky, little bit of baby D.Va going on there, but it's going to be hyped, fully charged up on cleanup duty. Jesus comes back on the point, doesn't get a chance to throw down the Blizzard. In comes Winston. But again, credit where credit is due here from Kingdom with how well they're delaying this. Tracer comes in late onto the fight, but finally it ends. 3.5 minutes remaining for Immortals after the cap, and that is nothing but brutality. Immortals coming in strong.
That looks like it could have ended like a full minute quicker. They almost got the Blizzard off. He actually had the ultimate, as you mentioned, but dies to the hook of agilities, which feels only fitting at the very end there. But if he gets that off, that might just give them another 10, 20 seconds or something like that.
Yeah, and that... it's interesting because going in, I thought Kingdom, of course, would come out a little bit stronger there. They do have their full roster. Immortals playing with a sub in there, but I guess it doesn't really matter who you have in Grim Reality's slot when you have Agilities having that monstrous of a game on Hog. Everything going right with him. Everything from getting pickoffs to countering Nano Boost Reaper. He was just on point, and there's really just felt like he was not getting stopped.
It's actually going to be Agilities handling the Mei this time, though, on defense. So it'll be Tim taking over the Hog, going for a very tanky composition here. Maybe a bit lacking on DPS, though, ZP. Thoughts on the current lineup they have?
The lineups here are pretty interesting. I mean, take a look at this offense as it sets up. They will be having Jesus on the Pharah. We haven't seen him on Pharah too much. And it's really going to be relying for Jesus to be sort of the punching power behind the scenes, and Connor looking for those early pickoffs. Meanwhile, you take a look at the defense, of course. They're going to be going for more control. Agilities was on Roadhog before. Now he's going to be on the Mei, and Tim going to be taking up the Hog honor. So a little bit of flexing going on here from the defense of Immortals.
Yeah, lots of control here. I guess that's the big thing to really emphasize. But they don't have a reliable way to deal with this Pharah. The Mei right-clicks and maybe the Ana, but unless Tim hooks, could be a big impact Pharah, though. As I say that, they're not going to run it in the end. Jesus over to the McCree, so a bit more standard for him.
Definitely makes more sense. Jesus is very comfortable on McCree. Anything that's hit scan, he very much likes to play.
See what Connor J can do, as well as Tim. These guys, largely, it's been the Hog players opening things up. They're going to move up through the building, then jumping down, but Ajax getting hooked there nice and early. Great Zarya shield to keep him alive.
What a counter coming in there. Connor J taking out his counterpart, now 6v5. Doors are open here for Kingdom. The Mei not being too much of a factor here just yet. The Agilities is good, but it's going to be a rough sell to bring this back. And I like what we're seeing the defense do here. Everyone's backing up. They don't want to take the 5v6. They're hoping that Kingdom overextends a little bit and trying to buy a little bit of time for their Roadhog to get back into this fight. This is smart, but they're going to have to contest soon.
They're about to have a Nano Boost available. Do they get it out in time? Aethan already committing it, but no Earth Shatter for you, sir, says Man of Snow. Shuts him down. Will get hooked and picked off in turn. Nano Boost now online for the attackers as they try to take this point. Chance hiding behind the car, and now a big Graviton Surge, locking them in position, trying to shut this offense out. So close to Cappy, but not just there yet. Still 6 alive. A couple start to fall, though, and it looks like the point might be tipping the way of Kingdom.
And for Kingdom, that just went well immediately following that first hook. But I really do like what Immortals was doing in terms of backing up. They gave themselves the best chance, but Juvenile, that was a highly unnecessary Earth Shatter there. I mean, I get it, he was going to chain the extra death if he got it, but even then, give up an ult like that, even the return he was looking for, probably not ideal. So that ult kind of thrown away. Defense should have the ability to come back in here, as they will have that Mei Blizzard on deck.
Well, Jesus, the man with the golden gun hanging out, looking for a pick-off, and lurking just around the corner is, in fact, Mr. Agilities. He'll greet Jesus, but he won't join him. He'll back away in the end. Still with a Deadeye available. No setup just yet, but Connor J, actually does get picked off. Aethan there with a big snipe. This could really take the wheels off of the offense.
Jesus is not going to be there with the consistent DPS. This lets Immortals push right through. The Blizzard comes in. They don't get too much off the Blizzard, but they do zone people back, and there's Nomi. Finds the way. Earth Shattering down 2. Immortals just swinging right into this.
Oh, these Mei walls have been on point from Agilities here, dissecting the push from Kingdom and completely forcing them back. Now they shove even further forward, trying to get in that free chip damage closer to the ultimates. They already will be on the flip side facing a Graviton here, as well as a Deadeye with a Whole Hog, so there's a lot of combo potential if Man of Snow can get a good setup.
Man of Snow going to have that Graviton on deck, and for Kingdom, this is where they need to make their stand going forward. If they get stopped here after they invest all of this, or even just a portion of it, it is going to be disastrous for them coming back, because don't forget, a very quick time was set by Immortals. So the Graviton is in, pulls for 4, here we go.
Jesus looking for the headshots. He gets a triple from the high ground. Very patient play from him. Now to dropping down and dealing with Hype 2 is going to throw his body in the line of fire. He too will fall, and this cart already moving in. Agility's insta-swapping to Genji after that just devastating defeat.
For Agilities, he is going to be looking to pull off what he was doing a little bit earlier in the day, where he would be going into the back line even as his front line was dying. This is very effective against C9. Could be just as equally effective here against Kingdom if he pulls it off right. But for now, with momentum, they're on the second point. Immortals coming out with the last one push to try and get them back.
Agility's patiently waiting. Now the Swift Strike through. Good resets. Is going to clean up this push. 5 dead. About to be 6. Connor J down as well. They fully shut them down 4.2 meters away. That was crucial. They get to that next checkpoint, and they're on a really hot pace.
Absolutely. So for Immortals, they're able to withstand there. Agility's almost building up a full Dragon Blade from that cleanup. So now Immortals can have some time to work with here for stalling this out even more so. Kingdom absolutely on a hot seat here. They don't really have anything they can do in this next push. You just have to hope that Connor J gets an early pickoff to get them on the right track. But Immortals is doing a very good job of playing around that.
Agilities, as you mentioned, Blade about to be ready. No ultimates up right now for the attackers. They are going to go in with a few Earth Shadow to start things off, and is their follow-up coming through? Now the Blade committed for this one. Trying to find and isolate a target will at least bring down the Ana. Now moving on. Velucio supports out of the picture, and Juvenile standing on the cart. They've got to be careful to keep somebody on this thing, as it's very close, but it won't be enough. Good job separating the offense, bringing them down one by one.
For Immortals, this is going exceptionally well. Kingdom really is yet to wake up, and even more so than that, Kingdom didn't get much ult-wise off of that last fight. They're going to have a sound barrier. That's going to be about it. Still could be useful here, as the defense isn't really working that much either, but for Kingdom, this is going to be one of their last major good attempts left, especially if they invest the sound barrier in this fight.
Juvenile out in front, and next beside him is Jesus. They're nowhere near Nano Boost, so he's not going to have that extra bit of backup. He just stands in the front line very far forward as the Reaper starting to feel a bit desperate, and they get cleaned up as a big Graviton Surge comes through. Meanwhile, trying to snake away is Agilities on the Genji, who has a Blade ready to go. He can completely finish off this push if needed, but it looks like he may just save it for the next one.
Agilities as his backline Genji, so very, very effective. You've seen it now twice today, and there hasn't really been a great response to it. He just waits for the other team to engage and then counter-engages into the back, looks for the supports, and usually gets what he's looking for. Gonna get rewarded here with the Dragon Blade for what will be the final attempt coming in here from the offense. They'll have Nano Boost, a Graviton, not much else to go with it, maybe a Whole Hog towards the very end. Immortals, though, in a great position to stop Kingdom right here, right now, and go up a map.
Jesus is getting close to the Beyblade, though. 77%, 30 seconds. Probably can get it during this fight, especially if they begin by Nano Boosting him, but not if they get charged and shut down. Genji going in, looking for the pickoffs. They will Nano Boost him, but the Reaper pushed up in the air, already down 2. Not a great way to start the fight. They even commit the Graviton Surge, but he's not able to focus anyone down during this. He spins to win, and he will get some kills, or at least assist them, but not really enough, it feels like. Still 5 up on the defense. They're holding.
Defense of Immortals coming in strong. They stop Kingdom right there. They take map 1 in a dominant fashion. And now, just one map away from sending Kingdom home.
Immortals looking good here. That was we've seen impressive defenses on most of these maps. I feel like that's really been the story of the event. Very rare, aside from the Cloud9 series, that a team just calmly rolls the payload forward with a lot of bonus time. Even if you have a good start, it's been finishing where the teams have really struggled.
Absolutely, and you do play the game coming out here from Jesus. And this was the Graviton Deadeye in over the top, picks up 3. Thank you and good night. But it was a rough game coming out from Kingdom. Connor J usually, if you remember even just yesterday when we were first casting him, you were losing your mind at the amount of good hooks he had. You weren't quite losing your mind here today, just was not getting what he was looking for, A. And B, it was somewhat of a quiet game from Jesus as well. Overall, it just feels like Kingdom came out a little bit flat.
He was a bit quiet on the Roadhog, and it didn't feel like they really had anyone else who like was picking up the slack in a big way. I think they also ran into an issue with the ults at the end there, where they had to commit the nano boost really early. The Graviton Surge didn't combo very well with it. Then he finally gets off his ultimate. Like, the timing didn't quite work out, and it wasn't just that one fight at the very end. It was a lot of the fights leading into it where they weren't quite as on the same page as what you would like. And when you're playing from a deficit or last minute, sometimes you just have to rush in, and that sort of thing tends to happen, ZP.
Absolutely. So we're going to see what the next map is going to be. Do you believe Nepal is in the pool, or is it? I think it actually was taken out. So.
No, it was no control point maps, if I recall.
So, and that was smart coming out from the Seven Immortals. They know that Kingdom loves control point maps, so they took them all out early on. Nepal, I think, was the last to get banned, but it's not going to be in the pool. So Kingdom going to have to win this, not necessarily on home territory.
Yeah, let's see what the choice is. It's either Eichenwalde or Route 66. And I mean, I'm kind of rooting for Eichenwalde. We haven't seen anyone get to the second area on Route 66 yet, if I recall correctly.
Route 66 has been very defensively oriented. I'm trying to think if that's completely right, but you might be right on that.
In this tournament, yes. Obviously in other events.
Yeah. No one has ever in any pub ever
in the history of Overwatch, no one has ever done that.
No one has taken the full ride down Route 66. No.
I believe we've seen it twice. Is it twice so far? I think, and I don't think anyone's gotten there. But so it's a little more defensively oriented. Why is that? Is that just the gas station high ground being so strong, or why are teams struggling to get through?
The gas station high ground is very strong, and you only have 4 minutes to get through there. And if you're not good at dealing with that and getting a proper engagement, and some teams do struggle with good initiations, you can get stopped back. Now, the interesting thing for Immortals is that, given what Kingdom did yesterday on Eichenwalde, I feel like Immortals should probably choose Route 66 here, but all right. They're going Eichenwalde.
Well, they might know what's coming is the other side of this, though, right, CP? So if they run that same Symmetra Torbjorn strat with the Mei, are there counters? That's the question. If so, I imagine they have one prepared.
Yeah, there are counters to it, and maybe that's the thing where they're just hoping that they run that and go, okay, we're going to deal with it, but it could kind of blow up in their face if they think that they have the answer to it and they get stuffed by Torbjorn and Symmetra. Now, of course, Kingdom doesn't necessarily have to go in and run that strategy either. Kingdom could know that they know, and because they know that they know, they go forward with the deeper layer, and they don't actually do that.
I feel like this is where we need like the telestrator out, and then you're drawing so many yellow lines on it that by the time you're done diagramming the plays, it's just a big yellow blob of craziness.
It's a big yellow blob, and you hope that you haven't inadvertently drawn something obscene.
But of course, there are some mind games, and on the Kingdom side, maybe they just run a straight up a normal comp instead. So we'll have to see what they have planned. Or you could take some pieces. You don't necessarily have to commit to the whole thing. Maybe we see the Symmetra and the Mei, but not the Torb or something like that. So time will tell. Looks like the teams are getting ready, and Kingdom will be starting on defense, which I assume is what Immortals expected.
Suppose we'll see how this works out. For me, I am hoping that we see the Symmetra Torb again. On principle.
I want to see it either because it's really fun to watch when it works, or to see how you dissect it. So, I mean, either way, to me, that's the most interesting storyline that we could muster for this one. And we're going to get it.
Oh, my goodness.
Get hyped. I love this strategy. Like, it's just, there's a period where everyone's like, Symmetra's useless, Torbjorn's useless, these are pub heroes, those are quick play heroes, those are low MMR heroes, but it doesn't seem to be the case necessarily.
Not necessarily at all. Sherlocky probably not going to be in the Genji. You have to imagine that he's going to go to the Ana here, one way or another, or at least some form of support. Could see it being a Zen. If he comes out in Genji, I'm just going to be very...
Watch him come out in Genji and it work. That would be sick.
Oh my goodness.
No.
I was hoping. I mean, that'd be an even extra wrinkle.
Maybe that's the counter to the counter.
The counter to the counter is...
The pocket Genji and
the surprise Genji. Okay, so it is going to be Ana coming out here. But Torbjorn, Symmetra, Mei. Now again, here's the question for Immortals. Hopefully they did their research. They know it's going to be coming up here. And actually would like seeing a Winston early on. Winston's pretty good here. Just walk in, insta-gib all the different Symmetra turrets, create some space. Even able to dive in on Torb, so.
Look at this though, ZP. Something a bit different with Ajax. He puts the Star Wars defense very far forward. Right outside of their spawn, crawling in. Crouching Symmetra, hidden turrets.
Lasers already, so We were curious if we'd see it happen again. It's too late for Kingdom to change now. They're committed one way or another. We're going to find out if Immortals has the answer to this first point Eichenwalde defense.
And obviously the key thing here is going to be keeping an eye on the Mei wall. They're already fishing for him. They nail him with the scatter shot. But the wall did go down. It might buy them time with the turret getting a kill to counter.
Back and forth on both sides. Mana Snow and Connor J getting in there, but they are not doing it without Blood. Immortals taking their due as they move forward. While the turrets have been dispatched here, and for Immortals, this is going exceptionally well. However, I think the teleporter is already up.
Ajax managed to get it. He stayed alive through all that. Now deploying some turrets on the point. A fresh Torbjorn turret committed as well, so they can get back in here, and we'll have to see if they're able to find that teleporter. Nomi going in hard.
The problem is they're lacking the battle power. The turrets aren't up, and the teleporter died pretty early there before it could get full value. So Immortals going through here in a way that Team Liquid was unable to yesterday, and the Torb Symmetric team is dead.
We'll see the swaps immediately. They're not going to stick on it any longer. So now the real test comes for Kingdom. Already down 1-0 in the best of 3 and having what was their real strong point yesterday, that incredible Torb Symmetra defense shut down. Can they still have a plan B?
Plan B is clearly Connor J here on this Roadhog. He was great on it yesterday. Here, getting caught out a little bit. Getting chased down by Lucio of all things in here. You end up hooking Zarya, stymied by the shield, and melted right down. So the momentum is not stopping here from the side of Immortals.
They're moving in now. Reinhardt right back, but it was Man of Snow who got the Ana boost. Does some decent damage with 100 energy. Also, still has the Graviton Surge available, but has to back up. He gets caught by a Sleep Dart. Could be a big pick. Potentially gets reeled in by the hook. If he goes down without the Graviton Surge, they're going to get almost all the way to the choke point, and indeed he will. Jesus still creeping around, though, on the high ground, looking for the Blizzard.
Blizzard is an X factor here when it comes to defensive ultimates. It can disproportionately carry. So Jesus right now might have to be the last hope here for Kingdom. And Kingdom, again, they've come out very flat here. It's been a little bit rough. Tim almost gets the pick off of that Sleep Dart. So Kingdom going to have one more chance to hold this. Graviton comes out, though, against them early on.
Jesus still holding on for now to the Blizzard. Not opting to drop it just as the card gets close. He almost dies in the process. They lost Connor J here. Man of Snow committing the Graviton Surge, and Jesus going to try to combo this up, but they've lost so many heroes already. 4 or 5 have fallen. Jesus, the last man standing. He is cleaning up a bit, but it's Jesus against the world and the hordes. They win this day, and they will take the second goal.
Oh my goodness, that was the world's saddest Graviton towards the end. Jesus tried. He brought the cold towards the very end, but it was one Mei against the odds. Kind of like a summer blockbuster movie, really, but unfortunately the hero there did go down, and Immortals keeping up a lot of momentum. All 6 people safely into this last point here on Eichenwalde. Then again, try and do something to pull this back.
Nomi hanging onto the Earth Shatter now. Very low on ultimates for both teams as the hooks come out. Dropping it with the stun, but Juvenile, he kept the shield strong. The charge countered. He's going to get Ana boosted. He's still brought down immediately even through that as Reinhardt just surging in on the enemy squad. Connor J looking for the hooks, but they lose so many to Tim, who just cleans up on the Hanzo.
And that was a Dragon that cleaned it up. The Dragon got 2, if not 3 kills there. Tim coming in strong here on this Hanzo. Agilities with the extra cleanup. A lot of members of Immortals still alive as they go in here on this final push. This would be an epic completion time here in Eichenwalde. Kingdom in serious trouble here. They're going to roll out here on the Mei. They do have Transcend, Zumyata on the menu. Here comes the Reinhardt. Will they withstand?
Whole Hog trying to find those openings, but dealing with an Ana boost. The Reinhardt very tanky. Difficult to bring down. They're forcing them back for the time being, but Tim, keep an eye on him because he is getting very close to another Dragon. This could wipe the floor.
Yeah, the Transcendence there that was keeping Kingdom alive, but they weren't able to kill anyone in Immortals while that was going on. Agilities even finds a pick-off on the Juvenile. Here comes the Dragon, gets zone out, looking for a pick-off. Mana Snow fully charged up, looking for anything, but Agility's relentless, has 2. Moving forward, here come the Immortals, getting every kill they need to get.
Oh, the wall, the stall tactics, but Mana Snow to the picture, didn't get up the Graviton Surge, pulling Juvenile in and then executing him in style. Agilities takes over as the Hog and will finish things off. Man, he has been on fire in this series.
And that has really been the big difference compared to a few days ago where we saw Kingdom come out really, really strong against Immortals, is that Agilities was not playing this well. He has been playing out of his mind in the last few games, and I gotta tell you, right now, things not looking super great right now for Kingdom.
I think that's like one of the fastest times I've ever seen
Yes.
on this particular map.
3:33 remaining in the time bank. And remember, for Kingdom, they're already down on King's Row. This is do or die. Now they are forced to complete this map and then do even better when rotating back. But here's the other scary thing is that you take a look at how this map is set up. It is a hybrid map, which means that not only does Kingdom have to complete the map, they need to do it with at least some time left on the clock. If they do it in overtime, it's not going to be good enough.
Yeah, and even if they don't do it quite in overtime, get through a bit sooner, they will have a massive time disadvantage. And they won't even be guaranteed any progress. Should they be unable to cap that point, it will fall short. So, looking to see what kind of a composition will come out right now. For now, pretty much all their stock standard heroes, it does appear. Not, oh, as I say that, something a bit different, but probably just trolling the spawn for Jesus.
I mean, it might be trolling, but they've been so out of it. Maybe they switch up a little bit. No, generally speaking, that's not a great idea. It's like we're losing. Let's do something that we know generally loses and lose harder. But I don't know. Kingdom has felt like a different team here today. I don't know what it is, but something about Saturday.
Jesus, giving us the soothing sounds of a nice barrel of beer. They will be moving out momentarily. So, examining for the time being our defense for Immortals. No Mei, I guess that's the big thing to note here. But still otherwise, a very straightforward, stable composition for them.
We do have Tim here in the McCree, which is interesting. Tim has been doing really well on things like Roadhog, really well on things like Hanzo. His McCree was sort of hit or miss last time we saw it. Did more on the hit side, but the offense able to get through immediately. Again, there's not too much control in the point defense. It wasn't an easy way to stop them. Nomi and Tim, though, starting to surround this offense, and they're getting flanked from both sides.
Oh, good picks to get it underway. Hyped to Nomi doing some work here on D, and they're going to be able to easily push back this initial assault, forcing them to retreat. They can stagger some spawns, get some extra ult charge, as Man of Snow gets run down in the lower hallways, almost dead, and will be finished off. Agility's coming back in, though, and wants to start getting something for himself. And so already a really good defense.
And what I'll say here about Kingdom is that even though they got through the archway quickly, they seemed lost when they got through. They had no initiative. They let the defense go in on them from both sides, and it just didn't work out. I mean, it's great that you got through, but you also need to initiate on the other team. You can't just let them do whatever they want. Unfortunately, that's exactly what Kingdom did. And Kingdom now already down a minute here on the clock.
Are we going to see any sort of follow-up for now? Committing the Deadeye, not able to get anybody locked on. Not the biggest ultimate to waste. It does buy them some time here. Now only about 2.5 minutes remaining. They're going to make their push forward. Nomi, though, has the Earth Shatter. He could be very disruptive. He charges in. He does get Ana boosted. Still alive through it all. They commit so much. And Agility's just having his way with the backline after that.
Absolutely dirty stuff coming out from Immortals. A perfect Graviton with a perfect follow-through. Crushing Kingdom's hopes and dreams right now. I gotta say, Kingdom looks lost. They were all grouped together for that. They were just trying to get through the court early, but what was that hook from downtown? Man of Snow getting the trip he did not want. And the defense going really, really deep here, perhaps too deep.
Oh, this is a little BM borderline CP. They're just like, we can camp you at the spawn. You can't get to the point. Still 2 minutes to go. They're farming them. Even hooks Connor J. Are they going to let this hog walk away? Ooh, that hurts.
Oh my goodness. Somewhere out there, Leonardo DiCaprio is smiling. They went so deep. He doesn't even have to ask them or tell them that they need to go deeper. Offense going to be coming back in here once more. They do the sound bearer. They're going to try and go through, but it's going to be beat for beat here. Both Lucios holding that support ultimate.
Jay, whole hog at the ready. Can he find an opening? No, again, it's Agilities. He just keeps on popping up, keeps on finding these pickoffs as the fight breaks out. Still looking for Tim to see what he can do. No, he gets cleaned up. Finally, they break through the defense. Perhaps in the end, they got a little too cocky. They will be thoroughly battered, but even so, that was already a better hold at that first point. So Immortals should be okay with that.
Immortals should be ecstatic with that. They were actually close to getting the first point hold, period. Kingdom has been on the ropes. It took Man of Snow getting a good Graviton towards the end to finally set up his team. And that was the initiative that Kingdom needed to do the entire time. There's plenty of times where they were sort of walking in, they let the defense go in on them. Be the defense going right back. Agility's and hyped, moving in, smothering. Jesus, though, firing right back. Death Blossom over the top, just a little bit higher than the other team.
Well, they're committing it all very early while the gate was still opening. But they do slow down these offensive heroes looking to establish high ground control. Still, Juvenile will be coming back with access to the Earth Shatter. Jesus finding kills in the hallway. And as I say that, Agility's finding him once again. This man, I mean, honestly, I don't even know if we want to watch anyone else's perspective. Just keeps on hitting hooks. He's making it look like a pub.
Agilities has been so good in the games we've seen him in here today. Take a look here at the defense. Hype is going to be looking to set up here with the Graviton. There's not too much of a fall through. It might even just be a Nano Boost Deadeye. But that can be very effective given the circumstances right here. And you look at the offense now. They're not even confident staying on the payload. They have to back out, regroup as full, and they don't have too much to go with this. But here comes defense Hype setting up the Graviton.
Really nice Graviton. Look for the McCree ultimate as well. Locking them in position, caving them down. Tim just being given free reign up high and now rolls in from behind, trying to find those additional pickoffs. Good flashbang there. Almost finishing off Reinhardt, cleaning him up too momentarily. Juvenile falling as well. They have to reset again. Time is becoming an issue quickly, ZP. After that first point hold, they really just needed a full push with very little delay, but that is not happening.
No, it is not happening at all. 2 minutes left remaining. And remember, it's not like getting through last is a piece of cake. Eichenwalde is a castle, and for good reason. It really favors defense. So Kingdom has a mountain to climb in many a way here. And they're trying to go up this right side. They do take down Agility. Jesus, almost getting booped off the ledge. But 65, this is probably the best chance the Kingdom has had in quite a while.
They're going to have a nano Beyblade momentarily if they want to use it. Jesus, ultimate online. Sherlocky also ready to go. Jesus getting healed up. Good job there by the Ana to keep him alive, and now working on the Lucio, but gets bubbled as well. Unable to finish him up too easy. This might give Agilities a chance to get back in the fight. They're taking so long. Bit of hesitation, but they... Oh, the hook! No! Oh, you can see the frustration in Jesus' brain as he gets hooked up. Almost landed on the ledge, but still would have wasted the entire Ana ult. D-freaking-nied.
And there was no way of saving him. Nothing stops gravity. Oh my goodness, a potentially game-winning hook coming out there by Agilities. When you lose your nano-boosted Reaper that early in the fight to something you can't even deal with properly, it's all sorts of rough. Under a minute remaining here. Kingdom on the verge of elimination. Immortals doing everything right at the moment, LD.
Yeah, they've got a big combo. The good news, I guess, is they only use the nano boost. They've got most of their abilities still available as Jesus confidently moves in, trying to gain control of these upper ramparts. Onto Agilities, they will go. He quickly jumps off. Just stalling tactics. They're all behind as they assume position on top of the payload. Jesus, can he find a good opening? He's hanging onto his ultimate, looking to bring down this Zarya, who shields herself. Tries to stay for a while. He grabs onto the cart and holds on for dear life, but being dealt with by the Roadhog, blasted off the map. It's all up to the tanks now. Connor and Juvenile, what can they do?
Final 10 seconds underway. Kingdom has to get on this payload, but they are outmaneuvered, outgunned. And will that be it? Immortals going to take it in super dominant fashion, throwing Kingdom out of the tournament. Jesus has left the game.
Oh, rough one. Rough one, ZP. They seemed very figured out. They ran the same comp. Immortals, give them credit. They were completely ready for it, and they shut Kingdom down. So, if you don't have the comp advantage, like, were they too slow to adjust, or do you think at that point they were just being outclassed in terms of skill?
It was really a skill-based thing here today. You don't get that outclassed in both offense and defense, and get to blame it only in strategy. Just, things were going very well for Immortals here, and even though Nomi had this hero moment here, in general, you have to give it up for Agility. So many game-defining hooks, including the thing that really summed it up all at the end, where Jesus was going in, had a great initiation as Reaper, was about to lay down the pain, and then found himself hurtling into the valley below. So, my word, just really, really good stuff coming out from Immortals, and Agilities coming in big. As Grim Reality, by the way, one of the best players for Immortals, out sick right now.
Yeah, not able to join them, unfortunately, and with that, they will be eliminated here from the Overwatch Route 66 Cup. So, let's see if we can see our updated brackets now. Staying alive, Immortals move along, and they will be facing the winner of Rise Nation versus Tempo Storm tomorrow. Guys, that's going to be our opening match. We'll be getting started at the same time, same place, 11 a.m. Pacific and 2 p.m. Eastern Time. And if you're over in Europe, a bit later in the evening for you. So we'll start with that match. We move on to FaZe versus Cloud9. Then we have the lower bracket finals, and we come back for the grand finals. Now, if you're the lower bracket champs, you got to win 2 BO3s to take first. So it's going to be a long, hard climb for anyone in that position.
Absolutely. Although it is really fun to have that situation, especially when you do get a bracket reset. One of the best things you can have in sports, esports, any sort of competition. So there's always that puncher's chance for someone coming in from lower bracket. But I got to tell you, LD, C9's been looking awfully strong. But so is FaZe. So starting out with FaZe v C9, that is absolutely going to be a good one.
So, favorite to take the tournament, ZP. We've seen all the teams now. They've all had their chance. Obviously, we have some favorites in the upper bracket. Who's going to take it?
Fair to take it. I feel like I got to give it to C9 here. C9's been playing great as of late. They've had a lot of experience under their belt. FaZe, of course, is getting off of what was somewhat long inactivity due to the Overwatch World Cup. I mean, granted, C9 was also somewhat inactive during that, but I feel like C9, they are all in the team house now. They have an extra level of coordination that maybe they didn't have before. I got to feel like it's C9.
All right. Well, with that, guys, we'll find out tomorrow. He's ZP. You can follow him on Twitter at TempoZP. Myself, if you like, at LD Dota. Going to have to find a new tag soon. And with that, big shout out to FYM Hot Sauce, who are making this event possible. If you'd like to support them, support the event, go to bts.fymhotsauce.rocks and use the code ROOT66 to get a discount on some spicy, delicious sauce. So with that, congratulations to Immortals who do stay alive here. Kingdom, unfortunately, we don't get to cast Jesus anymore, but it's been a hell of a day, man. We're coming into the final day. Should be our best Overwatch yet.
Final day should be awesome. A lot of good matches to look forward to. We were just mentioning C9 versus FaZe. And hey, Immortals, if Agilities can keep playing like that, they could be a threat to any team. So it absolutely should be a good one.
All right, with that, guys, thank you so much for watching the Overwatch Route 66 Cup brought to you by Beyond the Summit. And with that, we'll see you tomorrow for our final day of action.